Hi, welcome to Peak District Dog Practice. My name's Andy Hurst and I'm here to help you with your dog.
So you've got your Kong toys, you've got all the different feeding devices. Now it's time to fill those devices and get your puppy to really enjoy them. So here's Sophie with a demonstration of how to fill your Kong toys, different types of foods you can use. The key thing here is to ensure that your puppy is getting the right nutrition. So always read the manufacturer's label on any products that you buy, and ensure that you don't overfeed your puppy or give them too many rich foods to start with as they're adapting and developing their gut bacteria and their diet.
Hi, I'm just going to go through a few ideas for what you can fill your Kong with. So firstly, grated cheese. If you just put the cheese in, obviously it falls out quite easily. You could just do grated cheese, but I like to mix mine with something a little bit sticky. So I've got some cream cheese in a big pot. These are pretty handy, so obviously in little individual pots for filling, so they don't go off as quickly. So I'm just going to whiz this together. So you do need to think about how much fresh food you're giving your dog, puppy, and think about balancing that with how much dry food they need. So I'm just stirring that together. And then obviously hands do need to get a little bit messy. Easiest thing is just to use your finger and to press it in. And that's a really easy filling for the dog to get out. So fill it right up. Okay, you could put some kibble at the top of it if you wanted to. You can also put something really tasty in that end as well that smells a little bit different. Salmon is quite nice to go with this mixture. Okay, anything it's got quite a potent smell and that's going to really get the dog's saliva glands going. So that's that one. Right, moving on. Chicken is pretty good. Again, you could just stuff the Kong with pieces of chicken, or you can put a bit of cream cheese. I could just whop a bit of that in there as well. So some little chicken pieces. Okay, so something that's really good for chew toys where you've got these sort of ridges and dimply bits are paste, something smooth that you can smear on quite easily. So these little jars that you can get are really good. Peanut butter is great. You can get a doggy version of peanut butter, but something that hasn't got a lot of salt, and I try to avoid the ones with palm oil, so the healthier ones. And then pâtés, fresh pâtés are really good as well, but you can use for these. Again, be careful with how much salt things like this have got in them. Some dogs are quite sensitive to salt. So things like the pâté, finger in again and spread it all into those grooves, and dogs love chewing those. Okay, like this one's got the little shapes that you can press it all into, fill it really well. That works really well. Do a little den with the peanut butter as well for you. The peanut butter is quite sticky. So we've got this little one which is a size for a puppy because it is quite small. You do need to make sure you get the right size Kong or chew toy for however old and the jaw size of your dog. But this peanut butter, it's been at room temperature, really sticky and soft, and it gets in all those little bits on the chew toy. So it'll keep your dog occupied for quite a long time. Okay, so the ones we've done so far, the ones we've filled already were just little bits of paste, nothing that filling. If you're replacing some of your kibble, instead of having it in a bowl to feed your dog, these are quite good. This is a really soft one. There are different parts that fit together on some of these, and you can simply pop your kibble in. There we go. Pop it down, and that will come out as the dog squeezes it and knocks it around and wobbles it over. Okay, so the kibble can just be loose. You can put kibble straight into the Kong as well. You could fill it with kibble, and you could put something sticky on the end of it, so the dog's got to lick through that to get to the kibble and then get it out quite easily. Or you can obviously mix the kibble with anything that's a bit sticky. You can wet the kibble as well. You can wet it so it's a bit softer, and then pack it into the Kong so that it's moist and it becomes a little bit softer as well. So there's lots of different ideas that you can use. Some other things that we do are slices of cheese. You can roll it up, you can put fillings in the middle of it, like some cream cheese or whatever, roll it up and you can cut it the right size and stuff that into the Kong. Okay, so this is the quantity of kibble that's coming, that's the right amount, the daily amount that's for our boxer buddy when he arrives. He's coming today. So you could aim to try and put all of this into chew toys, or you could obviously proportion it into free, which is what we're aiming for. Is he would be having a third of it 3 times a day. Another idea is using these pouches, which are really soft, these Royal Canin pouches. They're really good for filling most of these chew toys. You could squeeze them in as well, and you can mix it with the kibble. And obviously you have to adjust how much kibble if you're starting to give wet food as well. Just some other things though that we use, what our dogs in the past have loved, is fresh liver. It's dirt cheap at the shops. You can get lamb's liver, chicken liver, you can bake it, you can keep it moist, or you can cook it till it's quite dry, a bit tougher to chew on for an older dog maybe, and you can pack that into the Kongs. Dogs seem to go mad for that. You can use tuna, sardines, fish is pretty good. Obviously make sure, got to think about what type of oil it's in, that can upset dog stomachs, and tuna that's in water, not brine. Right, moving on, these are really good, the liquor mats. You can just, if you've got a breed of dog that you want to try and slow the eating down, dogs that are prone to bloat and things like that, these are really good because you can put the kibble in these bits and it just slows it down. It takes the dog a little bit longer to get to it, so you can fill those with kibble. You can smear pates onto here. We'll just do a little dem, we'll just use them as that pate. And these work, we found in the past, these work really well. They make great fun. You can put the kibble in, then you can actually put some of this on the top. If I just use a little palette knife, you can either spread it onto these bits. It's really tasty. Or you can either cut and you can cover the kibble as well, so the dog gets a little extra treat when it's licked the top off. It's then got to get the kibble out as well. So they're really good as well, and you can put all sorts of things into those. Okay, hope we've given you a few ideas just to help with chew toys. So we found out our puppy at the moment is being fed on raw mints. So obviously we're going to have to think about transferring from the raw mints, incorporating a few nuts to start with, and obviously we want to get him onto his dry puppy food within the next month really. So because he's on mints, that's ideal though to go into a chew toy. So dead easy to fill. Okay, and that's what he's used to start with anyway, so he'll enjoy that. So once you've got your Kong toys, you might have a sesh like me where you do a large number of them. You will want 4 or 5 in your cage or in your small containment area. The rest though, I simply put into a Ziploc bag and I pop them in the fridge ready to swap over when the dog's finished on the ones that they've got.
Great, so now you've got your Kongs filled. Now you want to deploy those into your dog's new crate. So before your puppy comes back, load up your crate with all the fresh treats, toys that you've just been filling, and close the door. By closing the door, when your puppy arrives, he'll instantly think that inside that crate is the best place in your house, and that's where you want your dog to sleep, that's where you want your dog to rest, and that's where you want your little puppy to stay in when you are moving around the house, doing the cleaning, doing other jobs, or watching television, so that he really enjoys the space and doesn't feel he needs to come out of that space or get anxious that you're not around. So those Kong toys now are in his crate, ready for him to arrive. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification button to receive every weekly update. Add a comment if you want me to talk about a topic that you're interested in.